A pleasure to be all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secret Reveal Distance Gauge Part 2. And for today's test, I'm especially proud to at least start presenting the Accu Rival series. I did at one point want to refer to this as the upgraded series, which is in fact a brand new series that Rival brought us in 2022. In the same way that they tried to give us a bit of a last hurrah in 2021 with the Curve Shots trio, the trio revolving around Accu Rival, I really do feel like is a bit of a good standalone series in its own right. And Curve Shots did try to be a bit innovative, but it only went so far. I will say those three blasters were rather decent for what they were, but to start off with the Accu Rival series, we have ourselves the Ares, as I refer to it. Well, let's just not forget that Hasbro is still not going to call the Rival blasters Zeus or Aphrodite or Poseidon or Hades or anything like that stuff anymore. I really just don't understand why at this point. It really makes no sense. They've done the same thing with the Alpha Strike series, and they've done the same thing with the Ultra series. So Rival, Ultra, and Alpha Strike, all three of which just have not necessarily given us a good role model. So role modeling isn't really their trade. So let's just focus on the subject at hand, which is of course the downrange. As you can see here, a 100-foot long meter with this white tape is basically going to serve as the starting point to what I hope to be a good series of tests based on firing the blaster itself, and then of course with the advent of giving us some good range. And with that, I got all the rounds I need for the blaster itself to fire. 6 rounds is typically all I need to fire off downrange. So this way we can get ourselves a nice accurate representation based on how far can each round travel. So we got ourselves what I feel is the low point here with this round, taking it at a staggering 73 feet, which is amazing, if you will. This is the only blue round that I fired off from the thing. Everything else was in the original yellow color. But we're gonna go and call it 77 feet. And finally, 83 feet. So not that wide of a spread, if you will. So it just shows that this blaster is ready to fire darts, or rounds in this case, at incredible distances without giving too much of a slack or too much of a powerful launch from its barrel. That's still pretty impressive for a small size Rival blaster, and I can never complain at something like that with results like this. So to summarize, the Ares being the smallest and one of the first that the Accu Rival series has to offer, gives us some pretty impressive power, especially for something this small and simplistic in terms of functionality. Otherwise, I'm not really seeing a whole lot that I could talk about. So we're just gonna call it off here and give ourselves a nice rest for tomorrow with another episode of Distance Gauge Part 2. So take care until then.